AITA for possibly making my parents homeless? This isn't just me, it includes my twin brother. My brother and I, 17M, were an accidental pregnancy. For context, our oldest sibling is 37 and has a kid who goes to our high school. Our nearest sibling in age is 28. My parents always made it clear that we weren't supposed to exist. They were never abusive or neglectful or anything, but they were kind of cold our whole childhood. My brother and I will graduate high school in about a week, and will be 18 in 2 weeks. My parents have told us that as soon as we turn 18, we will have to pay rent. Neither of us have jobs, and we probably won't be able to get jobs right now. I confided in my sister that I'm really stressed about this, and she offered to let my brother and I stay with her while we're in university, completely free of charge. I'm really grateful for this, and we're planning on accepting her offer. I told my parents about this, and they freaked out. I guess my mom was planning to move to part-time work and they needed rent from my brother and I to keep up with rent. They said that they have provided for us our whole lives, and we should pay them back now that we're almost adults. I mean, it's true. They have given us everything we needed for 18 years, and I really don't want them to be homeless if they can't afford the rent, but I don't know how I would even afford to live with them. AITA? Edit, my brother and I both have some savings, so we could conceivably pay rent for a few months. I also feel guilty moving in with my sister, because she has 3 little kids and a cat to take care of, and I don't want to put any extra strain on her. None of my siblings have a great relationship with our parents, so my parents won't ask them for help. Edit 2. I'm actually shocked by the support here. I've been talking it over with my brother, and we're going to move out as soon as we legally can. Thanks guys. Also, I don't know how to add a photo, so for all of you asking for a cat tax, I'm just going to tag my sister somewhere in the comments and you can go look at Eris on her profile. Update. Hey folks. It's been like 3 weeks and many things have happened. I graduated high school, go me, I turned 18, and I moved out. I finally feel like I'm adulting, kind of. I moved in with my sister the day after my birthday, and I've been living with her for a bit over 2 weeks. It's been really weird. They do all of this stuff in her house that we never did as kids. Family dinners every night? Never done it once until now. My sister and her fiancé carve out blocks of time to spend with the kids. My parents never did that. My oldest nephew, he's 10, dropped an open can of pineapple in the kitchen a few days ago. I expected him to get yelled at, but my sister just helped him clean it up and told him to grab a new can from the pantry. That was weird. My parents were never that chill. When I was a kid I would see these perfect families on TV, shout out to Dinosaur Train LMAO, and my parents always told me that those kinds of parents didn't exist. That it was all made up for TV. That real parents don't take that much of an interest in their kids' lives and interests. I believed them until now. In the past few weeks, I've seen my sister and her fiancé spend hours making model planes with my oldest nephew, or rocking the youngest to sleep when she was overtired. That stuff never happened when I was a kid. My niece, she's 4, woke up in the middle of the night last week, crying about something. Instead of telling her to STFU and go to bed, my sister's fiancé got up and sat with her until she fell asleep. I guess I was just surprised that my experiences aren't the norm. Anyway, both my brother and I are doing really well here. My brother has been cooking a lot, he's going to culinary school, and everyone seems to really appreciate it. I've been spending time with my nieces and nephew and I have played more Minecraft these past 2 weeks than I think I've played in my entire life. If anyone knows what Titanfall 2 is, please help me out. I've been an adult for less than a month and these children and their newfangled video games already confuse me. This is all just a very long-winded way to say thanks. If I hadn't posted here, I don't think I would have moved out. My savings would basically be drained, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. So thank you. Now I guess it's time to see if I can figure out how to do an update post. Edit, shout out to my sister for basically raising me for 12 years and also being an amazing parent. I could just go and say all this to her face but there's so many stairs in this house and I'm lazy. Kalani. How many times am I going to have to say it before you accept that you're a good person? Every time I go to thank you for giving up space in your house for me and Cam, you say that if you didn't help us out, it would have been someone else. I get that you have strangely low self-esteem, as evidenced by your AITA post, but can you just accept that you're an unbelievably good person and move on so I can finally thank you? Edit number 2. I have enough advice on Titanfall, thank you guys. I didn't realize it had such a big community. I now know how to beat every single campaign boss plus why I should definitely use a Scorch in the last boss battle. Thanks.
Cat tax. And some of the post posted by sister. AITA for not letting my sister see her kids? I, 28F, obtained custody of my sisters, 35F, kids, 9M for F2F, back in 2018, after she left them alone for 2 weeks to go on a trip. Read. Drug bender. Of course this was a huge transition for the kiddos. They had to be moved schools and daycares, and of course couldn't see their mom anymore. Now, the kids are doing better and definitely lead happier lives. Recently, though, my sister was released from prison and wants to see the kids again. She called me, begging to have a visit with them, and telling me that I could give them back because she was out of prison now. I've had a talk with the 9-year-old, and he says that he doesn't want to see his mom yet, and that he still hates her for leaving him alone. The girls have no memories of her, and the smallest one was only 3 months old the last time she saw her. I do feel like I could have helped them foster a better relationship with her, but I don't want to force the oldest into meeting her when he absolutely doesn't want to. Still, my close family has told me that the oldest doesn't know what he's talking about, and it's my fault the little ones don't remember their mother because I didn't take them to see her when she was in prison. They also told me that it's my responsibility to force them to meet her, even when they don't want to, because that's what's best for them and they shouldn't grow up without their mother. So, AITA? Edit. I have spoken to a professional about this, specifically the oldest's therapist. They have advised that it should be up to him. I just want to know if I'm being a jerk to my sister. Also, I have adopted the kids and have full custody of them. Edit 2. Adding a middle name? Not for me, but for my kiddo. His 10th birthday is coming up and I promised him he could give himself a middle name when he turns 10. We've spent some time thinking of one and he can't think of anything he likes. He wants a name that honors his half Puerto Rican side, while still going with his first name, Phineas, Finn. Any suggestions? Both him and I are completely stumped. Some names he likes but doesn't want to use. Juan. Raphael. Hayden. Miguel. Edit 3. A few days ago I posted about my oldest picking a middle name for his 10th birthday. He wanted something that went with his first name and honored his Puerto Rican heritage. He ended up going with Phineas Mateo. He's really happy with it, and it just seems to fit. Thank you guys. Update. So I wasn't expecting to make an update post, because I honestly wasn't expecting there to be an update to this. Unfortunately, I'm wrong. I gave my oldest 2 weeks to really think about whether he wanted to talk to my sister or not. I figured that the decision he made at first might have been made out of anger, so I wanted to give him time to make such an important decision. Ultimately, he decided that he did actually want to talk to her. I have to admit I was a little bit surprised, but we set up a Zoom call between them anyway, of course with me supervising. Right before the Zoom call he admitted to me that he wanted to talk to her, just to see if she'll say sorry. She did not say sorry. Actually, she opened the call with, "Hello. It's been so long. I guess you're ready to come home with me now?" And then she noticed that I was sitting there with him, and almost immediately launched into accusations about alienation and how I have to give the kids back now or she'll call the police and say I kidnapped them. My oldest was very obviously disgusted. He asked her if she was going to apologize to him, and she actually had the audacity to ask what she had to apologize for. At that point, he just shut off the Zoom call. I asked him if he was okay, but he spent the rest of the afternoon in his room by himself. That night he told me that he never wanted to talk to her again, ever. I told him that never is a long time, but that we weren't going to make him talk to her if he didn't want to, and we were never, ever going to give him back to her. He told me that never is a long time. We told him that in this case, it meant never. I'm still shocked. I don't know what happened to my sister. She was my best friend as a kid. She was almost my second mother. She was sweet and caring and nice. I just don't know how all that changed so fast. Or maybe it didn't change that fast and I just never noticed until it was too late and I was driving 4 hours away at midnight to pick up 3 little kids, one of which I didn't even know existed. Before now, I honestly never considered myself as their parent, even after I legally adopted them. More like I was just taking care of them long term. But now I realize that those kids are my kids. And they're going to be my kids for the rest of my, and hopefully their, lives. Thank you for all of your help, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Update 2. If you're reading this, it's probably because you decided to follow me after reading one or more posts in the Reddit saga that summer 2020 was for me. There have been some people who have sent messages to me on this account, so I'm sorry for not responding. I realized that too much of my life was going on this account, and I was worried that at some point I might drop too much personal information and get doxed or something. I decided to completely abandon this account. I have another one, but I'd like it to stay completely unconnected from this one. Okay? Life update time. My oldest is now 11. He's in the 6th grade and recently got a shiny new bike with 7 gears and a real light on the front that he's been riding to school. He's also a Boy Scout and is swimming competitively. I'm super proud of that one. My middle is 6. She was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder last year. It's been a bit of a transition trying to get her the help she needs, but I have to admit, it's comforting to have an actual diagnosis to go with our concerns about her. While not a big TV fan, she loves dogs, Lego creator sets, and somehow, matcha green tea. Who would have thought? My youngest from that post is 4. She's generally having a good time, and is the wild child of the family. Kiddo is constantly covered in scrapes from her adventures around the backyard and the neighborhood. She has a balance bike which she loves to ride with her big brother, and last week she caught the neighbor's cat and got a nice scratch from it. Didn't cry though. Tough kid. And surprise, we added kiddo number 4 in October. Neither of us were expecting for me to get pregnant, but it happened anyway. My oldest is super pumped to have a little brother. Baby is, well, baby. He's a pretty chill baby, and can sleep through almost anything. That's a plus in my book. Our cat, our beloved Aristotle, passed away in late December. He was very, very old. He did live long enough to meet baby, though. I hope he liked him. For those of you who saw these posts, both of my little brothers are in college and back on campus. They came back for winter break and we had a really good Christmas. Culinary school does wonders. For the people who asked, my sister is doing fine. She went through rehab last year and is now in therapy addressing her own issues that led to her drug addiction. She has a job and an apartment and is going to community college. She has come over for holidays, and she and my oldest go do something together once a month or so. The youngest 3 all see her as an aunt. I know that's something I'll have to explain as they get older. For the first time in a while, I feel like I have my big sister back. I forgot to mention that I got married back in April. It was a pretty small ceremony, so we ended up having it in a friend's backyard. My youngest was the flower girl and another friend made cupcakes for us, and it was everything we wanted and more. We're doing pretty well. My husband and my oldest are putting together a tire swing to hand in the big tree in our backyard. Baby is chewing on my shirt right now, but I don't have to care because I'm on maternity leave. It's great. I am going a little stir-crazy in this house, so I'm gonna try to take baby out to watch the ducks later. That's generally it. Thank you all for the love and support you poured onto my posts nearly 2 years ago. I hope you all have wonderful, fulfilling lives full of peace and laughter and love. Goodbye.